today when he does get the ball, and he's going to take it for over the court. Give me your point.
Welcome to BATV's high school sports presentation of Brookline girls basketball. Zach Bright here with Nicholas Bove for tonight's matchup between your Brookline Warriors and the Dedham Marauders. Dedham coming in at 6-9 right now, and Nick, they're really led on the back of guard Jenna Savi.
Well, Savi is the leading scorer right now in the conference for Dedham. They've been on a 3-game losing streak as of late, so they're really looking to bounce back with this game and expect Savi to get the ball a lot, early, often, and for Brookline to cover her as much as possible.
As for your Warriors, after getting off to a really hot start this year, they've lost their last 4 games. Nick, what do you really look for from the Brookline Warriors in this one?
Well, they've lost 10 of their last 11 after coming out to a 5-0 start, so it's really depressing that they're at this pace right now. They have a couple of hot scorers, especially freshmen. I would look for the play of Char Dillon and Raven Brathwaite to come up big for them. They've really stepped up and really look like they belong on this team.
Well, without further ado, let's get you to the action. No. Can't hear you. He can hear me, but I can't hear him. Oh, okay. Okay, then we're good. Welcome to Schultz Arena for today's matchup between the Brookline Warriors and the Dedham Marauders. Brookline just came out with a quick 2 and comes out in a full court press, but the Marauders break it, and it is now in the hands of number 20, Emily Hill. Hill looking for an opening, and the referee is going to call an early travel. Dedham also coming out with a full court press, but Brookline's able to get the ball into number 25, Olivia Delvuccio. Ball over to number 11 and over to number 34, Elena Ridker. Ball back to Fleming. Fleming gives it back to Ridker. Ridker over to Johari. Johari down low into Delvuccio. Over to Fleming. Owens with the shot, no good. Rebound number 12. Sarah Warhus. Ball up. Long shot for number 2, Libby Malski. Off, and it will be Brookline ball. Dedham continuing to press as Brookline gets the ball up to Delvuccio. Over to Ridker. Over to Johari. And up to Owens. Back to Ridker. Ridker trying to drive the lane, puts up the shot, and she's going to get a charge. Gotta like the aggressive though if you're Elena Ridker going strong to the hoop looking for an easy bucket. Brookline stays in this 2-2-1 box zone press, trying to press through the ball. And a little too much for Gigi Owens, and she's going to pick up her first personal. Ball over to Warhus, back up to Hill. Gets it over to Malski for 2, no good. Rebound will go Brookline's way. Dedham's defense paying off right there as they get a double dribble on Owens. As Salvi shoots her verse jumper of the game. We were talking earlier in the pregame that Savi, the leading scorer in the Bay State Conference at 14 a game, she can really explode at any moment. It's really going to be the key to stopping her if the Warriors are going to come away with a victory.
But you might see something close to that this time. She is the Dedham team. They're going to have to try and stop her the best way possible.
Yeah, that zone defense definitely is going to come into play there and giving her some extra help. As Mikulski tries to drive the lane, loses the handle inside. And she's going to get called for a travel. May have been a jump ball there, but the ref saw differently. Good inbound defense for Dedham right there, but Brookline able to break the press. Ridger coming down the lane. Over to Johari. Johari gets it out to Owens. Owens in the lane, no good. Rebound Dedham, and they're going to fire it ahead to Hill. Hill slows up for the layup, it's good, and Dedham now with a 4-0 lead. Oh, they're tightening the game at 2-2, excuse me. A lot of fouls early in this game so far. The refs really not letting them play much. A lot of stoppages. Hard to really get in the rhythm when the game's called like that. Nice drive right there by Dylan, just checking into the game. Will not go her way though. Stays Brookline ball. Del Buccio with the inbound. Into Dylan, but it's going to be turned over right there. The steal number 23, Owen Mikulski. Dedham coming up trying to break the press. Brookline dropping now back into a 2-3 zone. We talked about how they were probably going to use that in order to slow down Savi. And right there it works. A nice tip by Johari. Oh, but Dedham comes right back with the ball. Emily Hill with a nice takeaway. And she's going to find Savi in the corner. May have been a bit of a makeup call right there. And it looks like Brookline Dedham. So 4:23 left in this first quarter. A bit slow, a lot of misfires, some good defense by both teams, a lot of pressure. Currently tied up 2-2. Both teams also have 2 fouls, so we'll see how that ultimately comes into play, particularly in the second quarter where bonus could come in and be a factor. Yeah, I don't know about you, Nick. I'll be really surprised how little Jenna Savi has touched this ball so far this game. She's only had 1 shot opportunity for someone leading the conference in scoring, and as we say that, she fires away a 3. Pretty good look right there, but it's going to bounce high off the rim, and Brookline's going to come away with the ball. Brookline pushing it up court right now, gives it over to Francona, who just checked into the game. Nice little post move right there by number 33, Irvin Brathwaite. But it will not fall. Savi on the breakaway. Oh! And back ref called a foul. I think the front ref was actually going to call a block on there. I guess he may be the general of this 2-man committee. And his call will supersede the other officials. Savi with 2 shots at the line. Pretty close right there. Just need a little bit more. Savi definitely developing in her career as she hits her second one. She was 3rd in the Bay State Conference 2 years ago at a hair under 13. Like we said, now she's number 1 at 14, and a hard screen right there. And somehow that's going to be called on Jenna Savi. Brookline dribbling around on the outside, trying to get it inside to number 33, Riven Brathwaite. Can't find her right now. A strong drive by Sierra Dillon. She's going to lose the handle, though. Everyone diving on the ball, and they're going to push it up to Savi again on a breakaway. And she's going to put it in. She now has 3 points on the day, and Dedham leads by 3. Yeah, you really underestimate how much composure really plays in the factor on those breakaway layups. They are a lot harder than you think. She really slowed up, made sure that her team was going to get the points right there. Dedham pushing the ball up again, gives it to number 12, Sarah Warhouse, captain on this team, inside to Mosalski. Will ring wide. Brookline now on the offensive, trying to get it inside once again, out to Dillon. A little bit too aggressive on Dedham's part, but Dillon's going to come up with the rebound right here. Second chance won't go, and it will remain Brookline ball. Oh, and a great move right there by Mary Fleming. A little pump fake, got a wide open jump shot, couldn't connect. Inside right there to Brathwaite, no good. Fleming with the rebound. They're going to kick it outside. Page just checking into the game, and nice aggressive take to the basket, and she's going to get 2 shots at the line. Brianna Page, sophomore guard, just checking into the game. Oh, I believe the foul was on the other side. Ball coming in on Dedham right now. Again, a very, very strategic press from the Brookline Warriors. Dedham finally able to break it. And as they get the ball in now. And a long 3 from number 20, Emily Hill. That's going to ring wide. Rebound Dedham. Second chance won't go. It's going to stay Marauder ball. Renee Gassler, the junior, coming up with the rebound right there. Dedham really has been dominating the glass early in this one. Nice little break by Dedham right there. Get it out to Hill. Vocal defense from Brookline. They're going to swing it all the way around to Savi. She's almost doubled on that far side. Aggressive defense from Dedham. Brookline, they're going to get it in, though. Kelly, Brianna Dozer. And she's going to score 2, and it's a 5-point lead.
And Jenna Savi did a very nice job of corralling that errant pass, bringing it in, making a nice pass, and really extending that play. And that's the reason why that the Marauders came away with 2 points on that possession.
Yeah, you saw how much attention Savi gained the second she touched the ball. It really opened up the floor for Dozer in the middle. Brookline with the far side inbound. As number 22, Rihanna Page, is going to check in, and and a travel. She's had 2 very strong takes thus far. I like the aggressiveness. You've got to be under control, though, and that time the referee caught her getting a little too greedy. It's interesting. Brookline's defense is, with this shot clock, it's really not trying to force turnovers. It's really just trying to take time off the Dedham shot clock, give them less time to work their half-court set.
They aren't being overly aggressive. They like to stay down low and prevent anything from happening inside. And I'm really going to look forward to the play of Raven Brathwaite more. She's only a freshman, but she already looks like she belongs on this team. And she towers over everyone else on the court.
Yeah, she's going to be matching up against Ellen Mosalski on the other end. She's been coming down with some big rebounds as of late, but she obviously has the height advantage in that matchup. And they're the 2 square off right there. And like we said, Brathwaite altering Mosalski's shot. Brookline's going to go on the fast break. Brookline trying to get inside. Sierra Dillon with another drive, won't go. She's going to come up with her own rebound. Get out to Page, and she's going to try and set up the offense. They get into Brathwaite. She's going to go just straight up with it, right over the Dedham defense. Pretty good move, and that's what she's gone to every time. She gets that nice little right fake, goes to her left, and tries to shoot straight over the defender. She just needs a little bit more touch, and that's probably going to be money.
35.4 seconds left here in the first quarter. in a 7-2 lead for Dedham. And so far it looks like after that timeout, Dedham has really come out a lot stronger with their play. They're being more methodical. But Brookline, I did like to see on that rebound in the last possession that they didn't go ahead and try and keep crashing in. They passed out and see what they could have created.
Yeah, that's a very good adjustment. Probably one they're going to have to make is that they can't just continuously be aggressive like that as Salvi fires a 3 wide. They need to have some more quality possessions if they're going to keep up with the Dedham team.
That was an interesting foul there by Jen Wadman to try and eliminate some sort of fast break, even though I don't think Brookline had anything there. So, really meaningless foul there.
Emily Hill's going to check back in for Savi right now. Get her a little bit of extra breather before the second quarter gets underway. Nice move. Crossover by Dylan going right down the lane. Comes up with her own rebound. Going to put it up. Third try for Dylan. No foul again. Dylan just giving the extra effort, but she will not come away with any points. Oh, wow. And a late foul right there by number 25, Olivia Del Vuccio. And with no time remaining on the clock, that is just a heartbreaker. You do not want to see that. Brookline will now have 5 fouls going into the second quarter, which leaves them 2 away from the bonus.
And Dylan was knocked down, too, after her 3 attempts at the basket down low. I'm surprised that no call was made on her there. But nice job by the freshman to continually get opportunities, continually take shots from down low and get those off without anybody in her face.
Yeah, she really showed what it takes in terms of an extra effort. She may not be the biggest player on the floor, but she was towering above everyone for those couple of rebounds. So, quick rebound. Oh, and actually there's still 3.3 seconds left in this quarter. Obviously, Brookline's not even going to come out, I suspect. I don't know if 0.3 seconds is enough for anyone to really get a full-court shot off. But nonetheless, the Warriors are going to come to the floor.
I'm not sure if they're aware about the time left on the clock. Dedham seems to be all right, even though they were like, let's move on to the next quarter. There's no point. Oh, there we go. They inbounded the ball, waiting for the clock to run out. They were yelling at the technician to run the clock. Then finally, the clock ran. No harm, no foul.
And we are finally really at the end of the first quarter. So like we said, a pretty up and down first quarter, lots of turnovers, lots of really pretty good looks in the paint, and not a lot of long shots, but still pretty low-scoring affair, 7-2. And if you look at how these teams have started this year so far, that's not really what we're used to seeing out of both of them. Brookline coming into this game is averaging just a hair under 43 points a game while giving up 46. Dedham, on the other hand, is right there with them at 43 forced a game and 41 allowed. But neither team really looks like they're going to get close to these numbers, particularly Brookline. 2-point first quarter. Coach Allison Tanti is really going to have to come out and make some adjustments in the second quarter.
I'm wondering if they are a little bit overly concerned about trying to defend Jenna Savi and try and stop her, because it seems like they're definitely not on their own pace that they usually are. And they aren't taking advantage of the size advantage that they have. They seem to be a little bit taller than the other team, and that should be an advantage in basketball, and I haven't seen too much because of it so far.
As the second quarter gets underway, Brookline with a lineup of Flemings, Owens, Del Vuccio, Ridker, and number 41, Johari. So they'll have their starters back in as Owens fires a long 3, no good. Savi's going to come down with the rebound and fire it up court to Warhus, who's going to get hit hard. No call made as Brookline comes back pushing the ball up court. Owens cannot handle the ball, though. She wants a foul, and she's going to have to control her frustration a little bit.
After Warhus was knocked down, she came limping over to the other side. Now she's going to finally be taken out and onto the bench.
And that's a big hit for Dedham if she is hurt. Warhus, one of the captains of this Marauder team. And looky here, Brookline has come out in a 1-3-1 press now. Just giving Marauders a couple different looks to look at. Strong cross-court pass over to Dozer. Dozer's going to lose the handle, though, and somehow come up with it, but double dribble is going to end up being the call.
I'm surprised that Olivia Del Vecchio didn't really try and be more aggressive on that. As Dedham lost the handle on the ball, that could have been a nice opportunity to turn it back the other way. But instead it works out for Brookline as the double dribble was called.
Ball over to Ritker. Over to Fleming. Out to Owens. Owens, another missed three. But Brookline's going to come down with the ball. And Ritker passes it over to Del Vecchio. Wild shot by Ritker right there. Actually almost went in, though. Kicks it out to Flemings, and they're going to have a fresh shot clock.
They really got to take their time. They have that full shot clock.
As Owens fires again, and that three is starting to look awfully close from her. She's getting some good looks. I think she should probably consider new firing, especially if they can keep dominating the offensive glass like they just did. Pretty new lineup in here for the Marauders right now. Wadman and Dozer, a couple of bench players. As Dozer hits another shot. 2 jumpers in the game for Dozer. Brianna Dozer, the sophomore forward, and is going to pick up a costly foul right there.
So I'm surprised that it could be seen as conservative or a little bit risky to be shooting so far outside so much. I would like to see them play a little bit more up on the glass, just like that one right there.
Yep, and that's Olivia Del Vecchio's first points of the game. It is an interesting strategy. You wonder if that's what they're trying to do or if that's just what the Marauders is giving them. Fleming does look very confident, and so does Owen shooting that long jump shot, though. So Marauders try and pick apart this 2-3 zone. They get it to the baseline over to Gassler. She's going to miss, and Ritker is going to push the ball up over to Fleming. Fleming going hard to the hoop. And that's going to be another charge. The Marauders picking up another foul. They've done a great job at forcing turnovers that way so far this game. And that's going to leave Brookline only 1 foul away from the bonus.
And I guess that is partly why Brookline isn't really taking a lot of opportunities down low, especially on fast breaks. They'll hold up and see what they can create, just because Dedham seems to know what they're doing down low, and they're doing a great job of keeping it outside.
Oh, and a great steal right there by Johari, stepping in front of Masalski. And they're going to push the ball right back up. Nice inside pass to Flemings. Oh, and a beautiful pass over to Ritker.
Ooh.
Wow, a nice little no-look wraparound right there. Fleming to Ritker. And Brookline's going to get 2.
That almost went in on her opportunity, which was kind of a low percentage shot. From down low, it almost went in, which would have been huge for the Warriors.
Ritker steps to the line, her first free throws of the day. First free throws for any Brookline player, for that matter. And it's going to be a little long. Dozer's going to slide down into the box and replace Gassler, who was down there. Fans throwing up some fingers, and she will not get the nice roll. But Ritker coming up with a steal over to Johari, and they're going to kick it out to Owens, and they're going to reset up the shot clock. Ritker over to Johari on the baseline. Pumps once, pumps twice, can't get anything. And a great steal by Emily Hill, and she's going to push it back the other way. And Owens coming right back with it. She has Johari down low, didn't see her. She needs to slow it up and get some spacing. Flemings into Johari. Johari's going to go one dribble and try and fire it up. They don't come down with the rebound, and the ball goes way ahead. Up to Hill. Hill right-handed on the left side. It doesn't matter. She's going to score.
That's the difference between Dedham and Brookline right now. Brookline had the opportunity with Johari down low, and they didn't take that opportunity. Dedham does take that opportunity, creates a 2-on-1, and they get points on the board.
Oh, and now an ill-advised pass from Ritker to Owens. Owens was diving into the paint a little bit. Ritker thought she was going to stay outside. And a really mass sub right now, completely new unit in. And we are going to get another look at Raven Brathwaite, the freshman center for the Warriors.
Owens looked a little bit upset as she missed the pass, that it was too far behind her, and that's just a sign of how things are going right now for the Warriors.
Brathwaite with some ferocious defense. Savi, the baseline jump shot won't go, and that's going to be an over-the-back call on Dozer.
If I were Brookline, I would almost consider keeping both Johari and Brathwaite on the court at the same time. Really try and take advantage and create something, because right now this outside approach isn't really working for them.
Yeah, particularly with how good the ball handlers are on Brookline's side with Flemings and Owens. If you bring both Brathwaite and Johari in the game and set them both up on the elbows, you really give whoever has the ball handler an option of which way she wants to go, and the defense has to really consider both options. It's a lot to really cover.
Nice approach there by number 14, Ciara Dillon.
Yeah, Ciara Dillon, and now actually we weren't even paying attention. Brookline has snuck its way into the bonus now. Hopefully they can get some extra points this way. We're only halfway through the quarter. Oh, and Dillon coming in with a nice steal. She has shown such a good second effort all day. Ciara Dillon right there, and she's going to pull the Warriors within 4.
Dillon is another one of the freshmen on this team, her with Brathwaite, and they both look like they will be foundations of this team throughout their 4 years here.
Nifty little pass inside from Save over to Masalski, and a block right there by Dillon. They're going to come with the ball, up with the ball, and now they're going to push it up court. Oh, and they're going to call a travel on that. Too much. You need to slow down. I understand the momentum's going your way, but you can't make foolish errors like that.
That was nice defense by Dedham. You have to give them credit for that double teaming there on Paige to create that opportunity. She didn't know where to go, and she had to try and wrap around the defenders.
Yeah, she went for that crossover, tried to split them, and they moved their feet so well as Brookline comes up with another block down low. That's going to be around a Paige this time, but the ball goes right back. Emily Hill with a nice steal. No look, bounce pass over to Savi, and that's just too easy for Dedham.
Paige almost made up for her turnover with the block and steal, but then it was brought back the other way, and instead Dedham takes advantage of it.
There comes Dillon. Dillon going coast to coast again. She's going to lose the ball, though. They're going to fire it up to Emily Hill. Nice, easy layup right there. Yeah, and like I expected, Allison Towney is going to call a timeout.
This Dedham team is taking huge advantage of these turnovers and fast breaks. They are a very fast team, and they're getting nice shots off the glass. It isn't very easy for players this young to get those layups off the glass with that much touch. But Dedham is already looking like they're doing a great job of it.
And the thing you really notice with Dedham is when they are getting these fast break opportunities, they're really slowing down and taking advantage of them. They're being fast but patient at the same time. Brookline just seems so anxious every time they have an opportunity to push the ball down the court that half the time they just end up losing it.
And with the size advantage that Brookline has, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be trying to take your time, trying to find weaknesses, especially when you have that advantage, because you'll have players down low that can get the ball. You just have to find them at the right times.
I completely agree, because that eventually works both ways. If you're pushing so hard, your big men are trying to catch up, and then when you lose the ball, they're going to have to be that one line of defense, and the chance of a guard beating a big man down the court the other way, very high. And that is going to be a foul on Dedham, and Ciara Dillon's going to come back and shoot some free throws.
That was a nice take there in order to draw the foul on an inbound. I mean, Brookline didn't even have possession there, and they still get the foul.
And it's, again, an extra effort, her working really hard to get open. She started to move up court and then broke hard back towards the basketball, and the Dedham defender really just didn't know how else to stay in front of her other than foul her. First shot up and good. Ciara Dillon proving that she can hit some free throws.
And that's big on the 1-and-1 to get that first one in.
Second one's up. And good. Perfectly done. And that's a nice sigh of release. Brookline getting some points right back.
It's 15-9 with 2:43 to go here in the second quarter.
Oh, Dillon was going for the steal. She's lucky she controlled herself when she got up to Emily Hill. She almost ran right through her.
Almost a nice steal there by Jamie Francona. She didn't have an opportunity there. She still made a stab at it, and she knocked out of bounds, so it will be Dedham ball again.
Great anticipation by Francona. She came flying from the paint out to knock that ball away. Emily Hill over to Savi. Dillon, very vocal defensively. Oh, and a great little tip right there by Paige. It's going to remain Dedham ball, 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
That's a very interesting strategy by Dillon. Every time she comes near the ball carrier to just yell in their face, ball, 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 it kind of throws them off kilter, and then it might also annoy them for the fact that they won't think about their game plan straight.
Into Hill, over to Savi, try to get it away. There's going to be no jump shot there. And that will not be a shot clock violation. It's here, Dillon just firing up court. She is feeling it right now. Brathwaite, first chance, second chance, good. And that's what they need to do. If they throw up those shots and let Brathwaite get down low, if they miss, there's no chance that Dedham is going to out-rebound them offensively.
And it's these freshmen that are really getting this game together here.
Oh, and another steal by Rihanna Page. She's going to slow up nicely, left-handed.
Savi needs to call a timeout. It's a 2-point game.
Inbound to Savi. And over to Wadman, back to Savi. Savi trying to break the press with Wadman. They kick it in strong to Masalski. Over to Savi, out in the baseline corner to Hill. Hill's going to take one step and bank it in while she's fouled. A chance for a three-point play.
That was not good defense there by Brookline. They brought 2 in on the ball carrier. Gave nice defense, but then backed away and created that second opportunity, and then she was fouled. So a chance for the three-point play. Not good for Brookline.
Hill for the three-point conversion, banking it in just like her shot, and that's going to give Dedham a 5-point lead.
That foul before was on Francona. That was her second foul of the game.
Sierra Dillon remaining aggressive. Defense collapsed on her pretty well. She was trying to kick it out to Francona right there. The ball was tipped away. Page, jump shot, no good. Sierra Dillon, ferocious defense, and it looks like they're going to try and trap Savi. Oh, and Dillon, way too much right there, and that's going to send Savi to the line. That's not who you want shooting free shots.
That was a very interesting past few seconds there for Dillon. On the inbound, she had her back on the play, and the ball went to her side, so she could have had an opportunity to really nip that in the bud. And then she fouls on the opportunity in the backcourt. So, kind of hot-headed play there by Dillon.
Interesting. Brookline had 3 players down there as Savi makes the first. And it looked like they were going to be able to trap her in the corner, but really just didn't converge around her like they should have, and they just let Savi completely get away, and that's why Dillon had to try and play catch-up, and ultimately gave her a little too hard of a bump and slowed her down for good.
It might be because Brookline is starting to get on a roll offensively that they're starting to forget about their defense.
Wow, and
another double dribble.
Very, very lucky call right there on Sarah Warhas. Oh, Coach Allison Towney could not believe that they went for that Hail Mary pass right there.
Francona needs to be a little more careful about her passes. I know she wanted to create an opportunity there, but now is not the time this late here in the second quarter. A minute to go.
Dedham in a 2-3 zone. They're trying to get it into Brathwaite. She's going to turn, bank, no good. Francona trying to come away with a rebound. Is that a foul, or is it... That's going to be Dedham ball. I almost thought Francona got pushed going after that.
She kind of slapped at it, and I guess she was the last one to touch it. It looked like it was both instantaneous.
A long pass up court to Warhas. Over to Savi. Bad rotation right here by Brookline. They look confused. They have 4 people on the post. Only 1 up top. They come away with it. Page up to Francona. Slowing it down. Oh, and a nice spin move by Francona.
That was her best play of the game, and that's big for Brookline.
Best play of the game. That's definitely the best play of anyone so far today. Shot clock is off. Dedham is going to have the last shot of the half. And let's see how they're going to set it up for Savi. Savi's going to pull up the 3. Bank 3. and Brookline's going to have to push the ball. 4, 3, 2, Paige looking for it. She did not get hit. Warhawk comes up with the steal, and Dedham will go into the half with a 22-15 lead.
So it looks like it's getting a lot more exciting. This quarter was definitely a lot better than the first one, and it should be a barn burner at the end.
So the same starters in for the second half. Johari, Fleming, Owens, Ritker, and Del Vuccio in for Brookline. For Dedham, Warhas, Hill, Savi. A quick change to that lineup. Jen Wadman is actually in. Oh, and look at this. Gigi Owens coming out with an early steal. And here they go, changing up the full court press again. Now they are in a man.
That was a very good way to start the quarter. I mean, now they take a foul, but that was a fantastic job.
It actually even wasn't a foul. Coach Savi saw them come out in that man press, called timeout immediately. You get two great things there. I mean, obviously, if you're Coach Savi, that really caught him off guard. He's going to have to come up with a plan how to break it. But you waste an early timeout like that in the second half. That is a great call by Allison Towney coming out of halftime with that new look, that intense pressure look, and a complete change. I mean, they did change the press between the first and second quarter, going from a 2-2-1 to a 1-3-1, but to go from a man to a zone, that's a completely different strategy in terms of knowing how to break a press.
I'm very impressed here. The way that the Warriors have broke out in the first 13 seconds here of this quarter to absolutely shake up Dedham, and they don't know what they're doing now. If you were Brookline, would you keep in that full court?
They're staying with it right now. Now it looks slightly different. It looks like they're back in that 1-3-1. But if I was Coach in a very... Savi just looked like she slipped there and got a little bump from Fleming. They called the foul anyways. But if I was Coach Towney, I would have a signal. I mean, you can definitely go back and forth, but make Dedham accountable for it. If you can switch consistently, it's like a defensive coordinator trying to really mix up the coverages in a football game. If you can do that, you're going to force turnovers.
I'm very impressed at how many times Brookline has switched it, and it's working right now.
Savi misses another three. They're going to push the ball up to Fleming. She's going to see no one. Tries to get it inside to Owens, and they're going to try and trap Emily Hill down low, and they're going to throw it off Fleming's foot. Excuse me, Owens.
That was good defense there by Brookline, and Dedham really doesn't know what to do with that. I don't know if their players have seen it enough or if they just don't know how to play it, but great job of really cornering Dedham in that off of a steal and almost turning it into a turnover back the other way very quickly.
And great defense right there by Owens. Savi thought she was fouled. She got all ball. They kick it over to Ritker. Ritker inside to Flemings. Flemings, one pump fake, no go. Into Del Vuccio. Del Vuccio going to find Owens. Owens into Johari, into Flemings. Nice jump shot down low. Won't go. Rebound Savi. Savi trying to push it in. A great steal by Owens. She's going to dish it over to Johari. No, she's going to take it herself left-handed. A beautiful move going around Ellen Masalski, and Brookline now within three.
Gigi Owens coming out of nowhere and having an absolutely out-of-this-world first minute and a half with 3 steals and 4 points. She is single-handedly closing the gap here for Brookline.
And a great, as a foul goes against the Warriors, Brookline did a great job with their press right there. The shot clock is going to get restarted, but they took 12 seconds off the shot clock before Dedham was able to actually get into their half-court offense. That is exactly what the press must do in girls high school basketball, because there is no backcourt rule in girls basketball. As Warhas comes down with the rebound, kicks it out to Hill, over to Savi. Savi finds Wadman. Wadman for 3. Bank, no good. And Owens is going to get it. She's going to kick it up to Del Vuccio for 2, and it rolls in. And now Brookline down 1.
Gigi Owens is just running this offense right now. She almost gets another steal there, but that was a nice sight to pass ahead like that to Ritker and create a fantastic opportunity.
That was a great job by Del Vuccio, leaving her man and getting over and helping Owens, who got beat by Salvi on the press. Richter pushing the ball up right now. DeVuccio doesn't see anything, and they're going to set up the offense.
I bet if I were Coach Salvi, I would want to call that timeout now, but he can't.
Oh, great pass. Johari on the baseline won't go. Dedham was playing a bit more of a man. Once you see that, I think they should start going to the pick and roll. Owens and Fleming have really been aggressive off the dribble so far. Hill flies past Fleming. One pump, no good. Johari's going to come down with the rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball.
I'm surprised that wasn't called a travel on the way to the net there. I mean, these refs have been very good and consistent on calling travels, but they didn't call one there. Said the jump ball, and the ball will go back to Brookline.
Rancona's going to come in along with Page and Dillon, this feisty second unit for the Warriors. And Sierra Dillon just coming right back to what she was doing, kicks it up to Owens. Owens, a nice little move. Continuation, are they going to give it to her? No, they're going to call it in the corner. They said it was way before she picked up her dribble.
So now Brookline's doing a great job of pulling these fouls away from Dedham, and Dedham has to be like a punch-drunk boxer just flailing at whatever they can because Brookline is just getting everything going their way.
Sierra Dillon, one dribble to the left, pull-up jumper over her man, and that's going to give Brookline that first lead of the game. At least the first lead since the first basket went in all that time ago.
I mean, who would have predicted that back in the first quarter the way that Brookline has been playing? They have come up very strong since then.
And remember, they were down at 8 at one point early in that second quarter, fought back. Dedham came back with 2 quick buckets of their own, pushed it back to 8. The halftime score, they were down 7, and they have come back and been +8 over Dedham in the second quarter, only 3.5 minutes in.
And based on what I've seen just in this quarter, nice pull there by Johari to get that foul called, the traveling called. She did that by just reaching in and stopping the momentum of the ball.
Oh, and a great screen right there by Page for Owens. Dillon looking inside to Page, forced it a little too much.
That wasn't a pass.
Dillon is going to come away with the ball. The second effort against Sierra Dillon has been the difference maker on the court so far this evening.
I don't know. I was about to say, based on the play of this early third quarter, I would want to give my most valuable player so far to Gigi Owens, but I mean, Sierra Dillon is just matching it punch for punch there. They're both doing a very great job of making opportunities come about here.
And I would be very interested to see that later in the game, if you don't see a lineup of Owens, who a little bit long for free right there, Owens, Dillon, and Fleming, as Emily Hill puts in a nice layup and gives the lead back to Dedham.
And so far, Brookline's done a great job of eliminating those opportunities.
And Savi. Oh, and a charge! Uh-oh. And Kurt Savi is fired up right there. He better be careful.
He was absolutely livid. I mean, and waiting for the call.
Yeah,
I would be waiting for the technical call there.
I'm waiting for it too. I think one more word, and it is not going to be good.
But I would say that call was made just because Jenna Savi.
And I think Sierra Dillon is hurt.
Yeah, she's favoring her right knee right now. That is not what Brookline wants to see right now, after the way that she's been playing this game.
And her knee, she does have braces on both knees.
So the whole place is going quiet as both coach and trainer go out to figure out what's happening with Dillon's knee.
And it looked like she banged knees square on the kneecap. She's standing, which is obviously a good thing. She's not yelling.
Now, she had the defense on Savi's shot.
She did. She was the one who took the charge. As we say, Coach Savi trying to make up with the referee right now, trying to plead his case, but give him a little pat on the back saying, I guess it was the right call. As Dillon limps off, and we hope her knee feels better. You obviously don't want to risk further injury. They may make her sit the rest of the game unless that knee loosens up.
I mean, now that puts even more pressure on Gigi Owens' back to continue the way that she's been playing. And That was a break in action that neither side really wanted to see. Doubly so for Brookline, losing a player, but then also trying to pick up momentum after a clean break in action.
As Nia Cawthorn comes into the game for Dillon. Brianna Page over to Francona. Over to Ridker, who just checked in also. Trying to feed it into Page. They can't keep forcing it inside. They got to get Brathwaite more open than that if they're going to get to the rock.
There's 3:46 to go in this quarter. It should be an interesting remainder of the quarter if they decide to keep Owens on the bench.
Oh, great little find in there for Francona. She probably should have gone bank shot right there. Missed it. They go right into a full court press. You don't see many teams doing that after a missed basket, usually only after a made or an inbound.
Well, right now Dedham has the advantage with the players that they have on the court, and that's something that Brookline really needs to do and try and outsmart the opponent, because right now Dedham is outplaying the opponent.
You know what I just noticed? I wonder if you picked up on it too. With Sierra Dillon out and Nia Hawthorne just guarding number 3, Jenna Savi. Savi really feels like she has an advantage right there. She was trying to get right past her. Look for maybe a little bit more one-on-one play from Savi. Cross-court pass over to Hill. Hill strong takes, doing that well today. Good rebound. That's going to be a foul on Ricker. 2 shots for Hill.
Ricker shouldn't be the one having to go in there and try and knock the ball away. It should be Brathwaite, and instead Brathwaite's just standing down low, keeping her arms up, which is good defense, but she should be trying to track the ball and stay with it.
Yeah, timing for blocking is one of the very hard-to-learn skills in basketball. And Brathwaite, obviously, you have to commend her for what she's trying to do. She's trying to play clean, not have any fouls. But with her height, you want her to be a difference maker down there. She needs to learn how to contest shots while staying clean. Hill's second one will ring out. And they're going to call a white ball.
I got to say, this is kind of interesting. In my high school days, I mean, you would always try and make noise, try and upset the opposing team as they take free throws, but very polite atmosphere out here at Shunt's Gym.
I don't know whether this is just the girls' basketball not being that big here or whatnot, or not a big fan. Oh, Brathwaite, one pump, no good. Second shot, Brianna Page, no good. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on Francona. They've been doing such a good job at trapping after those missed baskets, catching Dedham off guard. But Brookline already has 6 fouls in this quarter. Dedham's going to be in the bonus for the rest of the game. It's really going to be a hard thing for Brookline to win this game. They're going to have to really buckle down.
And, I mean, that's kind of surprising when you're playing that strong physically down low that you wouldn't try and kick it out, because all of Dedham's players are jammed down low to try and get rebounds. And
Savi, runner in the lane, doesn't go. Francona with the rebound. She's going to push it to Page. Page has Brathwaite down low. Cawthorn on one side. She's going to give it to Brathwaite. Going up against Mikulski. Just firing it up.
Those are desperation shots. She shouldn't be trying to take those.
Coach Towney wanted the foul. I think what they're hoping for is she's so big that they try and stop her that way, but that's pretty good defense from Mikulski.
Maybe trying to even up the foul numbers right now.
That's how you do it. You could be aggressive inside. Interesting. Mikulski going up against Brathwaite. Thought she was shoved, and she looks quite confused about how there was no call. As Fleming comes in for Francona. Now you get the vicious combo of Flemings and Owens back on the court. That's what led this charge to start the third quarter. And here comes Owens. Owens head down, dribbling hard.
Oh, yeah, she looks intense. She definitely wants to score on this possession.
Owens over to Page. Page, runner in the lane, no good. Second chance, not going to happen, and they hit Savi cherry picking deep. Oh, no good. And here comes Owens. Owens needs to push. And she's going to get fouled.
Dedham could have fouled there, and they chose to. I mean, number 12, Sarah Warhas, she's surprised that she got the call there, but really they had to, because Brookline had a great opportunity of turning that back the other way with numbers and creating something, but instead Dedham knocks it dead.
Ball is inbounded to Ridker. Ridker over to Owen. Over to Fleming. Cawthorn getting extended minutes with Dylan out. It looks like Del Vuccio is going to check back in, though. Nice move by Brothwani. That's her thing. Left dribble, face up, and fire it home.
When she can get that opportunity, when she has space and can take that shot, she can hit it. She has nice touch, but a lot of her opportunities have been contested, and then she just throws it up, and that has a very weak chance of going in.
And Dedham is now in the bonus, and it's going to start in a bad way with Jenna Savi going to the line.
So now I wonder if Brookline's going to try and ease up on defense, because they've been very physical, you know, going to that full court press a few times this quarter, if they're going to try and back up off that in the fourth quarter.
Savi, first one goes in.
I like Savi's touch at the line. She doesn't need the backboard. She just puts it right in, and that's a product of really having nice technique just before the shot.
Second one, and a great move inside by Mikulski. Brothwani thought she got all ball, but Dedham's going to head back to the line. And the bad thing about this is that now that it's 8 fouls, they almost have a chance, if they get out of hand, to put Dedham in the double bonus before they even started. And the double bonus is you get 2 shots per foul instead of the 1+1 where you need to make the first in order to get the second.
And perhaps even worse, Brookline made those fouls less than a couple seconds apart. So that's 2 fouls in 2 seconds, and Dedham gets 3 points off it. That is not good. And now Dedham is playing much more physically because they know that they have the foul advantage.
And you see that Coach Savi has countered that man press with a man press of his own, causing them to use a lot more tactical inbound play. And a great play right there. Who's going to come up with it? And it is going to be Dedham ball.
I give a lot of credit here to Coach Savi because he could have really panicked.
And on the other end, you really got to look at Coach Towney. Why is Brothwani not taking the ball out down low? She's going to have so much more vision, be able to throw so many more different passes. There's no reason why she should be all the way down at the opposite block.
Mm-hmm.
Ball inbounded to Savi, one dribble, and Brothwani's going to block it away.
It's been a while since Brookline's had an opportunity to take a shot. The ball's been on this end for, seems like minutes, but on the game clock only just 20 seconds.
Right into Dozer. Dozer, jump shot in the lane, won't go. Oh, and they turn it over. And now they got to be careful. They cannot foul right here. Savi, who's open for a second, dribbles it back out. I think she wants to fire this 3. She's going to get it up to Hill. Hill for a 3 at the top of the key, no good.
There's a line drive 3-pointer that hit off the face of the rim.
And Coach Savi with a smart call, calling timeout, trying to get another point out of this possession.
26 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and as I was saying before, Savi, I got to give him a lot of credit. He could have panicked at the beginning of that quarter when Brookline stormed out, changed their total look, and then took their first lead since the 2-0 breakout lead. But instead, he's been very cautious, very calm, and, I mean, things haven't gone Brookline's way since then when they lost Dylan, but now Dedham seems to be really taking advantage of that, really taking advantage of momentum and playing a lot smarter, and they can be physical because of the foul advantage in their favor.
And that's really a testament to Coach Savi's composure. You remember the play where Dylan went out was when he went with berserk on the referee. We thought he was going to get a technical foul. He did not. He ultimately went and apologized, like we said, during that timeout. And he's really refocused his energy and gotten his team playing very good basketball in the last couple minutes of this quarter.
He's very lucky that he didn't get a technical. We both thought that he would, and if he did, that really could have kept momentum in Brookline's favor. Instead, it fires up his team, and they're able to storm back and take the lead.
As Brookline gets the ball, Owens, guarded by Hill. Going to drive right past her, gets a nice screen from Ridker. She's going to go around Dozer. Who's going to come up with it? It's going to be a jump ball, Dedham ball.
Great play there by Dylan, really forcing the issue, storming through the right side and coming in and then getting her own rebound on a very tough shot with several Marauders down low. And now it looks like Chara Dillon is just walking behind the bench slowly, back and forth, just trying to get her ready for the fourth quarter. But it's a good sign that she's walking normally.
And it's going to be Brookline ball. Savi was coming down. She probably should have pulled it out and taken the last shot herself instead of threading the needle with that bounce pass.
Oh, 5.8 seconds, and Brookline has an opportunity for a shot, but I almost wouldn't take it because you run the risk of really trying to force it, creating a turnover, and you're in Dedham's end. So I would just worry about the inbound, try and control it, don't really try and push it too much.
3-2, she's going to fire. Pretty close.
Well, they only needed one pass there, which was good. If Richard had decided to pass it again, that could have caused problems, but good on her to keep it, run with it, and have a shot.
Yeah, there was really only two options for Brookline right there. Really set a double screen from one off-ball player, get her wide open, and make sure that inbound pass gets in. They also could have kind of ran a home run play with everyone grouped and sent a pick and set someone deep. The good thing about that is even if you do turn it over, the chances of them coming back and actually getting the ball into the hoop before time runs out probably pretty low. But in the end, safe play, and Brookline just has to be happy where they are. Dedham's still up by 2, but they chipped away 5 points out of that 7-point halftime lead, and I think the momentum is definitely on their side right now.
Well, it will be a good thing when Dillon comes back in. Right now she's still walking behind the bench. She's not in the huddle, but I would definitely expect her to be back, and once she comes back, Dedham really needs to get under control again. They can't play as physical as they would like. Even though that they have that advantage, you don't want either Dillon or Owens at the line taking shots, and they will be getting the ball a lot more in this fourth quarter. So Brookline has their work cut out for them. It's only a 2-point lead, 1 possession, and I think that, as I was hoping, it's going to be a very nail-biting fourth quarter here. It should be a great finish to what has really turned out to be a really good game.
So start of the second half now. Or final quarter, excuse me. Brookline coming out with their same starting lineup, same lineup they put in at the beginning of every quarter. Nice movement inside right now. Brookline offense looking a lot more active. So Vecchio, nice little cross-court pass to Ritger. She's going to find Fleming. One pump fake, not there. Owens trying to shake free. She's going to find Ritger. Ritger is going to get fouled late in the shot clock. Those are costly mistakes, especially in a game where it's 8-minute quarters, 30-second shot clocks, giving a team another 30 seconds to go and take off the game clock. It's really ball control is a big thing in basketball. The more you have it in your hands, the less the other team can score.
Great job by Brookline of passing that around too.
Nice one pump and up for Fleming, and that's going to tie the game up.
I find it interesting that first one almost ran the entirety of the 30 seconds. They weren't able to get a shot opportunity. The inbound takes 2 seconds and get a shot in.
Hey, they eventually made that 30-second shot clock in the 2 possessions.
Yes, yes, so fully worth it.
Here comes Ritger after the turnover. They're pushing it up. Ritger over to Owen. Owen, quick jump shot, no good. She thought she was going to be fouled. I think that's why she put it up so quickly. Savi, real composed right now, looking to her dad for the call. Up top to Mikulski, over to Hill. Hill looking for Savi. Savi, 3-pointer at the top of the key, no good. And we're going to get an over-the-back call on Gaffler.
It's really tough for Dedham. I mean, that is Savi's shot to take those long distance. She has nice technique, but she's only been able to knock down one of them because Brookline's done a great job of jump ball situation here. And the ball goes back to Dedham. Great job there of really creating that turnover. I believe that was number 23, Ellen Masalski.
Dozer has gotten a lot of open shots at the free throw line. That one just going to be a bit off. It goes out of bounds. Dedham's going to retain possession. Nice little ball screen for Savi. They're going to find Mikulski down low, and Johari standing up straight with the block. Ball fired down long to Owens. From Owens to Del Vuccio. Over to Owens. Little tip pass to Johari. Ritger's going to pull up from the free throw line. That's a good look, but it's going to ring out.
Very close, very close.
Can't tell if they just called a foul on Johari or if that's... They did. Interesting calls. And that is going to put Dedham back at the line.
So I'm very surprised that Brookline took that rushed opportunity at the free throw line. There was space. She could have slowed down, calmed down, set her feet, take a shot, which is something that you really want to see when you created an opportunity right in front of the net, basically, from a shot that you should be able to make.
Hill goes to the line. She's been quite good here today, showing a nice touch. But this one's going to ring out. Fleming with a nice rebound. Owen's going to push it.
That's Brookline's first opportunity in the one-on-one to get the turnover right on the first shot. They haven't been able to do that so far.
Dillon back in the game for the Warriors. She looks like she's moving well, going right to the rack, and she scores right back into the game. Just that knee brace quickly. Wants a little more support, but now 29-27. What a surprise, at least not to us, that is. Brookline coming back into the game on the back of Sierra Dillon.
And she's really showing her worth right away by making that opportunity on her first possession and then giving up tough defense there to Jenna Savi, but she does get called for the foul, so Savi goes back to the line again. And that is her third foul of the game. So that was the first opportunity in the bonus, and Savi misses off the back of the rim.
Savi has looked so good at the line on some trips and just off on others. She just hits that one, nothing but net. Having trouble getting the ball in. Sierra Dillon's going to get the ball and she's going to push. Look at her. Oh, she sees Owen down there. Owen fires to three.
Almost.
Oh, man, that was from the deepest point, too.
That is a very difficult shot from the corner, taking that shot, and she almost nailed it. Give a lot of credit to her for making that shot, for taking that shot, and almost getting it.
And another foul on Dillon. And that is going to be her fourth, I believe.
Yeah. That seems to be Dedham's approach right now. Just give the ball to Savi, see how long she can hold on to it. They trail by one, but it's creating opportunities because of free throws.
If Coach Towney is smart, I think she either needs to take Sierra Dillon out of this game for a little bit or move her off Savi. She cannot afford to have her best scorer on the best opposing player right now with 4 fouls.
There's 5:21 to go, so there's plenty of time to just insert her late into the game when the opportunity arises. So now it's timeout called, or no, player substitution coming in. And Brookline trades out their big men.
Brookline gets the ball into Dillon. She's going to cross it over at midcourt. A little in-out move. Hits Brianna Page. Page wide open jump shot. No good. Fleming comes flying in. Oh, and they force her onto the line. Dozer steps out. Brookline's going to get the ball.
That is a great approach by Brookline. They must practice that all the time on any rebound that's caught near the line by the opposing team to just box out with 2 coming in, and it really disrupts everything.
Sierra Dillon, that runner in the lane, right-handed, that has been so effective for her. Didn't get it that time. Emily Hill sneaking back behind the defense. She's going to go up quick. And a nice move by her. She's going to get another 2 shots.
I was going to credit Owens there for really being restrained on that quick pass to not foul, but then she ends up fouling anyway on the shot. So 2 more free throws coming up for Dedham as Brookline calls the timeout, try to regroup here with 4:54 to go in the game.
So 4:54. Brookline 1 away from the bonus. Dedham already in the double bonus. This game has really picked up pace since the first quarter, in which Dedham led only 7-2. A lot of missed shots. Shot quality and shot percentages has really gone up as the game has moved forward.
And I like the look that Dedham is giving by having Savi go out there, just hold on to it as long as she can, create those opportunities by getting the fouls. But it's almost disappointing because you want to see the gun shoot of going back and forth, creating quick opportunities both ways. But I don't blame him for doing that because it's working.
I think that's really a move on the part of Coach Savi, really seeing that Brookline was getting some easy points in transition. If they really slow the pace of the game, keep it in the hands of their best player, they're not only going to probably get a couple really good looks for themselves, but they're going to limit those looks for the Warriors and keep this game close and in their favor. As the second shot rings out also. Owens trying to push, kicks it over to Dylan. Dylan's gonna go hard. I think she wanted a charge, didn't get it though.
Surprised nothing was called there.
Block, and Sierra Dylan is gonna come up limping after hitting that knee again.
I mean, there was a huge collision there. Something should have been called, and then nothing ended up being called, which is very surprising.
Sierra Dylan is limping. I would go right after her if I was Dedham. She's looking to move a little bit better now though. She's getting deep on Mikulski. And they did make the switch. Fleming is on Savi now. Great defense. They've already taken half of the shot clock off before they even get into the half court. Those are almost a long three. Page is going to step out with 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Very close to knocking that in off of Dedham, and instead it goes back to Dedham, and now it'll go back to Brookline.
Mikulski picking up her pivot foot right there. Careless mistake. Brookline will take as many of those as Dedham wants to give them, though. Dedham once again setting up in this four-man full-court press. Owens breaks it, though. It's going to have to be decisive. This is a big shot. Oh, and she just telegraphed that pass right there. She needs to space that out much better. She needs to get on the right side of the court, and if she was going to bounce it over to Bratwadi.
It's easy to second guess, but I mean, she should have probably held on to that herself. She had the better opportunity, and there's the travel.
The travel.
Too many jumps.
Yeah, the travel call late. The first one really probably should have been called. The second one was definitely that too. She went up for the shot. It was blocked. She came down with it still in her hands. That is a travel by rule. Brookline now in that 1-3-1 press, trying to slow it down. Hill. Bounce pass over to Savi. Savi really trying to execute well. She's looking for some holes. Savi finds one. She's going to pull up from the top of the key for a jump shot. No good. Dozer going after the rebound. She won't come away with it. Sierra Dylan has it now. She's going to find Richter on the far side. Richter going hard to the hoop. That's not good.
That was a great move there. And now we have a Dedham player slowly getting up, and now it looks like Ellen Masalski is fine. But that was a great move.
Elena Richter, strong take to the hoop. Dedham coming back on offense. They find Savi in the middle of the lane. She's going to put it up and good. With 3 minutes, 20 seconds remain, and here comes the track meet once again. They fire it up quick to Richter. Richter into Bratwadi. Bratwadi, that turnaround jumper, will it fall in? No, no good. Richter's going to save it, though. Over to Dylan. Dylan, over to Owens. Owens, three. No! Dozier comes down with a jump ball, and this is going to be Brookline ball.
And I'm noticing over on the sidelines, here comes Jamie Francona. This is huge for Brookline. They've been keeping her out because she is in foul trouble. She has 5 fouls already on her, but they've been beating her.
She has 4 or 5?
I thought that she had 5 before.
It must be 4. High school is 5, would be a foul out. And Emily Hill is going to pick up a foul right now, and that's going to send Gigi Owens to the line with a chance to tie this game up. Now both teams in the bonus, one in the double bonus, one in the single bonus. Let me correct myself. So Owens steps to the line. And it's long. Fleming goes after the rebound, gets in Dozer's face, but they're going to pick up this press. They're going to drop back into man. Nice move into Mikulski. Mikulski spin move, good. And the foul. Mikulski makes this. She's going to make it a 2-possession game, which is so big with how both teams have slowly been scoring today.
Now Francona will take a seat. And I think that was a product of Coach Tony taking all of her centers out and just trying to play a little faster game.
I completely agree with you. As Sierra Dillon comes away with the rebound, she was playing the post right there. Look at her bringing the ball up the floor. Ridker was thinking about that three, will not fire. Over to Owens. Owens over to Vecchio. Vecchio inside to Fleming. Fleming fires to Ridker. Ridker will get fouled by Dozer. That's 2 quick fouls on her.
So we were talking before about if they should send in both of their big players, both Brathwaite and Johari, and interestingly enough, neither one are on the court here with 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
Neither one are on the court, and we've barely even seen Johari in the second half. It's been primarily Brathwaite, and she has put in some good minutes. Ridker firing away on the first. We'll cut it to 2. Second shot of the 1-and-1. Also good. Ridker's been very good from the line for Brookline today.
That is a nice touch. I would expect to see her get the ball a lot more down low just because of those situations. You want her back on the line.
So with 2:30 left to play, Brookline is down 1, has been fighting all day, has led only twice, once in the very beginning, and once again after storming back to start the third quarter. They led for a little by 2, a little by 1, but Dedham took the lead back and has been leading ever since.
So either way, this is going to be a crushing defeat for whoever loses. For Dedham, because they've been leading for the majority of the game, but have been letting Brookline stay close. And for Brookline, just based on how the season has been going for them and how well some of their players have been, you really want to take this game and have it be a catalyst for the remainder of the season as you go into the home stretch of it.
Yeah, both teams do have a fair amount of games remaining. Brookline has 6 more games after this. Dedham actually only has 4. As Brookline comes out now in this 2-2-1 press. We haven't seen this since the first quarter. Hard drive right there by Masalski.
Reps are being a little more touchy with their calls. Anything that they see, they are calling here in this fourth quarter.
Masalski will miss the first. And it rings out. Fleming with the rebound, gets it over to Ridker. Ridker driving hard. She's going to pull up, jump shot from the free throw line. Won't go. They try and fight for it. And Dedham comes down with the ball.
She's rushing what's a great opportunity at the line. She ran up to it, immediately took a shot instead of setting. That's the second time that she's done that and come away with no points.
Setting, and she could also probably take 1 or 2 more steps in and take a nice pull-up jump shot, shorten that distance, and increase the quality.
Exactly. But, I mean, it's a matter of comfort. If she's comfortable doing that, she's not completely missing. She's hitting rim. But you really want to see your players hit that shot and really take their time and be smart about it.
Owen for 3. Finally, she hits one! Brookline up by 2, their first lead of the fourth quarter. Gigi Owens finally connects and gets the Warriors to lead.
That is huge with under 1.5 minutes to go in this game.
We had a feeling she was going to do it eventually. Oh, Savi almost traveled there, fires up a wild shot and gets called a foul. But we had a feeling Owens looked like she had the form and the strength to hit that 3 all game, finally firing one home.
So now Dedham will have the chance to tie this with their best free throw shooter at the line.
Savi, first one rolling around and finding its way in. Savi's second, in. Come right back with a full court press, and I get it to Dillon. And Dillon, great find over to Ridker. Ridker, over to Vecchio. Owens. Dillon. Ridker. getting a screen. Owens wanted to fire another three. Oh! Are they going to call this a shooting foul? Or just a reach in? It looks like she's just going to be going into the line for the bonus.
Very close to being a turnover for Dedham, and would have been big for them. They would have had the numbers going back the other way, playing their kind of game.
Owens gives it a twirl. Nope. Rebound Mikulski over to Savi.
1 minute to go here in the game.
Full court D, you've got to make sure you don't foul. Dedham has been good from the free throw line. Strong move, they find Savi wide open. And Coach Savi's going to take the lead and call timeout, set up his defense.
That is something that I've been trying to see Brookline do. That was a nice set and shoot there by Savi. She established her zone, she got the pass, took her time, and take a nice arc shot. Brookline really needs to do something like that. Expect them to really try and push it down and hopefully not settle on anything on the outside. Try and really get in there, maybe take a foul.
Savi showing us why she's the Bay State's leading scorer right now. We talked about her starting slow, a lot of layups. She's hit a bunch of jump shots in the last couple of minutes, starting to really take over this game. And if you're Brookline, I don't know how you don't have someone marked on her at all times. You cannot lose the opposing team's best player with a tie game less than a minute to go.
Well, it's also a very dangerous game when you're at this point, and you can give up those fouls, especially to someone like Savi, who has been hitting her free throws more than she's been missing them. In a game this close, you don't want to give up those fouls, but then instead they give her space and then she hits the shot.
So now with Brookline going to be coming out of a timeout, although they did not call it, what do you think Coach Towney is going to be looking for? What do you think she's drawn up for this next possession?
Well, since they're keeping both Brathwaite and Johari on the bench, I would try and get it to Owens. She has been getting the ball a lot here late in this fourth quarter, and she has hit her three-pointer. So either get it to her or get it to Dylan. They haven't really been giving Dylan too much because of how she's been injured.
Hopefully they can get some dribble penetration and get an open jump shot. Dylan, nice strong move. She's going to kick it over to Delvecchio. Not there. Ritger's going to pull it back out, get a ball screen. Oh, great pass into Delvecchio for two. And Brookline has tied it up. Difference between the shot clock and the game clock is probably about a second and a half. Brookline comes out in the full man defense. Over to Hill. Hill slowly waiting. They got to get in their face. Maybe they can get a 5-second call. Hill with pump fake is going to get out of it. 15 seconds left. And Coach Savi is going to call timeout. And what a barn burner do we have for us today. Could be going to overtime at this pace.
I really think that play was a product of, well, I mean, they were going on the script, and then when they hit the defense, all bets were off. They that play and those points were a product of just coming up with it off the top of their head, and you got to give them credit. That was a nice find and a read down low to get those points, and that hasn't been a shot that they've been making a lot down low, those layups, but it finally goes in for them, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Now, if you are Dedham, you got to imagine that coming out of this timeout, they are going to have a set, drawn play for Savi. Probably try and get a little bit of a distraction, but you got to imagine she's going to be coming off a screen or two and try and get her a wide open look. Her stroke has really been hot in the last minute.
And if I were Brookline, I would be doubling up on her. I don't care if it leaves somebody else open. You don't want her taking that shot.
Can't foul, can't foul. You got to be careful if you're Owens. Don't want to send her to the line with just one shot. And there it is. There it is. Owens not happy, but she was playing way too aggressive for that.
You want to really get up that close when she gets closer towards the three-point line. I mean, the fact that she was playing her that tight as she was entering the offensive end is very surprising.
And finally some noise. She's going to make the first.
So it puts Brookline, gives them a lot of pressure with 6.9 seconds left. Now they have to score.
So now Coach Towney using her last timeout. She's going to have to tell them what she wants them to do, both if the rebound is brought down and also off of the inbound pass. You got to have completely different ideas. Obviously, you probably want the ball in the hands of Dylan or Owens. They have been the workhorses for the Warriors tonight.
So, interestingly enough, they are still keeping both of their centers on the bench and going with guards and forwards. I mean, the absolute last thing that you want is a turnover. You want to have something down low, and you don't want to be having to take those high-risk shots from the outside. You want to get down low as quickly as possible with under 7 seconds to go.
Savi's shot, good. Ball quickly inbounded to Dylan. Dylan pushing the ball up the court. 5, 4, she's going all the way. Oh, she finds Richter! Richter's going to get a foul called on Dozer with 1.6 left to play. Wow, that will be a shooting foul too, so she's going to have both. Now remember, Richter's going to have to make this first one. If she does not, she's probably going to have to intentionally miss it. So if she makes this first one, look for Coach Towney to bring in both Jahari and Brathwaite down onto the post. They need that size for the rebound.
You talk about pressure free throws, and this is it. I mean, this is textbook stuff. You got to be wondering what is going through Richter's mind as she approaches the free throw line. A lot of substitutions going on at the last second.
The fact that Coach Towney has not even looked at Brathwaite or Johari is concerning for me, because if Richter does not hit this, oh, and now she's looking for the tap. Let's see what Richter can do. No. They got to bring in Brathwaite. They got. I don't understand what she's doing. Coach Towney is making a very, very big strategic mistake right there. Now she's going to have to miss this free throw if they're going to want to win this game. Let's see how she does it. High bank. Dylan, no good, and that will be the game. That's it.
My goodness, what a close game.
They're talking about whether they want to leave at any time on the clock, whose ball it would be.
I think there was over a second left. I mean, that's enough time to get an inbound in.
Yeah, if they want, definitely if they brought in Brathwaite or whatnot, you throw the ball up and maybe a little volleyball tap towards the hoop. You could get a chance. But if it is Dedham's ball, this is going to be near impossible unless you have a steal and an over-the-shoulder chuck. How much Dedham is going to get the ball, though? 0.3, that's all they have.
When a game has been this fantastic as this, you don't want to come up to a controversial ending like this, but it seems like there's no other way. I mean, this game has just been so back and forth. Now timeout's going to be called, so both sides can figure out what they're going to do here. 0.3 seconds they gave them on the clock.
And it's still not really clear who has possession of the ball. I mean, you'd think that Coach Towney would call timeout either way, but the way Coach Savi is responding,
I think it's going to be Brookline's ball to inbound.
Unless he's just complaining that the game should already be over, that could be it also.
I think that's it. He had his team ready in the handshake line to go, and then he had to, against his own better judgment, send out his lineup to go back out there and make it one last play. And he's still talking to the refs. Instead of coming up with a game plan, which I think is a bad idea. I mean, the play's already been done. There's nothing you can do. He should have been talking to his team and really setting up a defense. That wasn't a good move on Coach Savi's part. And now he's yelling at his team to get into a defense.
And it's Brookline. They're going to have to get open and just throw it right up. Let's see who gets in off the break. Chaos. It's going to be Dylan! Oh, she almost had it. Sierra Dylan had a chance to tie it up, but it falls short. Brookline loses 40-38 to the Dedham Marauders, dropping their record now to 4-8 in league, 6-11 overall. This is going to improve Dedham's record to 3-9 in league, 7-9 overall.
Well, at the end of a barn burner, Brookline's girls basketball has come up just short Although a strong performance from Sierra Dillon and Gigi Owens, Brookline has fallen to the Dedham Marauders 40-38. Nick, it was really a close one and picked up the pace quite a bit after that 7-2 first quarter. What'd you really like out of Brookline despite their losing effort?
Well, they did a nice job of adjusting, and I really liked the defenses that they showed. Switching back and forth, a big symbol of that was the start of the second half. To switch out of their defense, go into a full-court press. It created turnovers. They were able to pick up 4 quick points, and Gigi Owens really showed her worth in this game, really turning things around, and she was, I would say, the player of the game for them.
Brookline falls to 7-10 after this game, and they go on the road next on the 5th to Footbone Academy, and then on the 7th to Braintree. What do you look forward as this Brookline team finishes up this season?
Well, it's going to be very difficult for them to play these remaining games because they play 4 out of their last 6 on the road, and that's always difficult for a team. But it's a good sign that they played this well against a team so evenly matched as them. And if they can really pick up and learn, I don't expect them to do anything more than they are doing. The big thing that they can do is just learn and get ready for next season.
Well, on behalf of Nick Bove, I'm Zach Bright. Thank you for watching BATV's presentation of Brookline High School girls basketball. Watching for future presentations of Brookline High School sports coming on later this month.